welcome to Sense of Synergy channel. I'm Carolina and I'm a hypnopsychotherapist, mindfulness teacher, and I have almost 10 years of working experience in the mental health sector. Over the years, I've supported countless individuals towards better mental health and well-being. And today, I'm bringing those insights and tools with me to this channel. So if you're interested in topics like personal growth and development, make sure you stick around with me. In this series, I'll walk you through 9 mindfulness attitudes. Mindfulness attitudes are more than just ideas. They're guiding principles and ways of approaching and relating to yourself, others, your experiences, and the world around you. Have you ever noticed how easily your mind focuses on what's missing, what's wrong, and what didn't go to plan? And how those little stresses and frustrations of daily life slowly build up and later affect your energy levels, your mood, and your general outlook on life. Today, we're discussing another mindfulness attitude that can really help with that. The attitude of gratitude. Imagine one of those mornings where everything feels like it's just working against you. You didn't sleep well. Maybe there was some tension or argument with your partner or your kids the night before. You wake up feeling groggy, tired. You spill your coffee on your way to the car. You get stuck in traffic. And you end up late for work. And by the time you arrive, you're already tense, irritated, and feeling like the day is over before it's even begun. And then something small happens. Maybe a co-worker walks over to you and hands you a cup of coffee and says, "Here, you look like you could use some of that today." Or maybe they pause and ask, "Hey, you seem a little flustered. Are you okay?" You feel the warmth of the cup in your hands. You notice the kindness and thoughtfulness behind the gesture. Maybe you take a few deep breaths, and after a moment, the tightness in your chest eases. The heaviness of the stress and tension lifts just a little bit. Nothing dramatic changed here, right? But something shifted. Your relationship with that moment changed. Because it would have been so easy to just carry on through the rest of your day feeling the same way, stressed, tense, overwhelmed with the smallest, most minor things that may happen that day, responding in a reactive, impulsive way. But in that moment, you shifted your perspective. You changed what your attention and awareness is focused on. And that moment allowed you to continue with the rest of your day with more sense of peace, calm, and clarity instead of internal chaos, stress, and tension. In mindfulness, gratitude means noticing small things, often overlooked things in our everyday life. It's about giving attention, acknowledgement, and respect to things that we often take for granted, especially when we're overwhelmed with everyday life responsibilities and pressures. This doesn't mean ignoring pain, stress, difficult emotions, or pretending that everything's fine when it actually isn't. But let's be honest, our minds often have a tendency to over-focus on those things. So this attitude of gratitude is about widening our lens through which we look at everyday experiences and our life, so that the difficulty is not the only thing we see. So this attitude invites us to look at what is here instead of what isn't. To look at what we do have not only what we don't have, and to look at what we can do instead of looking at things that we can't do. And over time, applying this mindset and this attitude in your life will not only help you approach stress and challenging situations in a different way, likely with more inner clarity and peace and confidence, but it can also change your relationships and even your own relationship to yourself and how you approach your own emotions and thoughts. So here are your 3 practical ways in which you can bring more gratitude into your everyday life. Number 1, adopt the attitude of gratitude. I had to call this one that because the phrase is just too cool to not be used. Create a small, regular habit of naming and reminding yourself of the things you're grateful for. Now, this can be a gratitude journal, a notebook that helps you reflect, and maybe you use it every day at the end of the day or just once a week. But just the intention of sitting down and reflecting on maybe 3 things that you're grateful for in that moment. If journaling and writing things down isn't your thing, you can just use your notes app on your phone, or even just do it mentally during meditation, during your lunch break, or before going to sleep when you're in your bed and you want to end the day on a positive note. And ultimately, it comes down to you asking yourself this one question: what am I grateful for in my life right now? And my personal biggest tip is try not to judge yourself and judge your answers during this process, because there are really no right or wrong, good or bad things to feel grateful for. And on some days, yeah, sure, the answers might be I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for my job, I'm grateful for my house. But equally, on some days, it might just be that you feel grateful for a warm shower, that cup of tea or coffee your colleague brought you at work, or the fact that you've managed to cook a dinner and fully enjoy it in the presence of others. Number 2, go back in time to gain perspective. Take a moment to go back in your mind 10 years, or even more if you wish. Who were you then, 10 years ago? Where were you? And what were the things that you dreamt of, hoped for, or deeply wished for? It might be a good idea to pause this video here and just take a few moments to actually reflect on this. Now, gently return to the present moment, to the here and now and your life right now. And ask yourself this question: how many of those things you dreamt of, planned for, hoped for 10 years ago, you now have in your life? How many of those things are present in your life that you have today? For example, maybe like many people, you feel tired and exhausted at times with juggling and trying to keep up with having home life, family life, being a parent, and balancing work and your career or education all at the same time. And maybe there was a time a few years ago when you deeply longed for becoming a parent. And maybe you didn't know whether that was going to happen or not. Maybe there was a time when it felt like a distant hope or a dream that you weren't sure whether it would ever come true. And when you discovered that they were coming, it filled you with complete joy, excitement, and anticipation. So, gratitude isn't about ignoring the challenges of life. the hardship of managing everyday responsibilities and pressures. But it simply encourages us to not allow those hardships to overshadow the things that really matter to us, the things that we once longed for, hoped for, dreamt of, that are currently here and now with us, next to us. Because when we're so entangled in everyday stresses and frustrations and pressures, it's easy to forget those things. And the attitude of gratitude helps us to see things that we care for, that are important to us, that we love, with the truest appreciation. Number 3, say thank you to your body. Ironically, one of the most incredible things that every single one of us has in their life is at the same time one of the least appreciated ones: our body. In our hustle culture, we're taught to push our bodies to the limits and expect them to perform and always be 100%, to never struggle and never fail us. But just take a moment to reflect on how much your body actually does for you every single day, 24/7. During the day, during the night when you're resting, it's working constantly, quietly, but consistently, and in the background of your life. Your body breathing on its own without your conscious effort or intention. Your legs carrying you up the stairs or on a walk in the park. Your eyes adjusting to light. Your immune system fighting bacteria or infections whilst you're resting when you're sick. Your brain processing all this information, all this data in everyday life. Learning, storing information, recording memories, retaining information that you will later need. Your body doesn't need to be perfect for you to feel grateful for it. And it really doesn't cost a lot to say a little thank you to it sometimes. If you're interested in finding new ways to improve your health and well-being, you can get access to my free webinar, You Are How You Breathe, which talks everything about breath work and breathing techniques. All you need to do to get access to this webinar is go to my website, www.senseofsynergy.com, leave your email address there, and I'll send a link to your inbox. I'm super curious to hear what you guys think about today's mindfulness attitude. And let me know in the comments down below, how are you planning to use it in your everyday life? If you've enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, or even send it to someone who you think needs a little mindfulness today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.